The rise of hedonism in a godless Western society and the growing influence of Islam. In the contemporary West, there is a marked shift toward secularism, and with it, a growing trend of hedonism, a pursuit of pleasure as the highest good. As traditional religious frameworks fade into the background, replaced by materialism and individualism, hedonistic values have increasingly shaped societal norms. At the same time, the global resurgence of Islam, particularly in regions that once seemed dominated by secularism, presents a stark contrast to this trend. These opposing cultural and spiritual dynamics are reshaping global interactions and social expectations in profound ways. Hedonism in a godless society. Hedonism, the belief that pleasure and self-gratification are the ultimate goals in life, has found fertile ground in a society that has progressively distanced itself from the moral anchors of religion. As Western societies grow more secular, traditional ethical systems, largely rooted in Judeo-Christian values, have weakened. The result is an increasing emphasis on individualism, personal satisfaction, and instant gratification. This cultural shift has been fueled by modern technological advancements and consumerism. Social media, entertainment, and marketing perpetuate the idea that personal happiness is the ultimate goal, often defined in material or sensual terms. The pursuit of wealth, beauty, sex, and personal pleasure is glorified, while the concept of self-restraint, sacrifice, or moral responsibility has diminished. In this context, morality has become relative, and traditional taboos have been discarded in favor of a lifestyle focused on satisfying immediate desires. Religious faith, particularly Christianity, has been increasingly sidelined in this environment. With its message of sacrifice, humility, and service to others, religion stands at odds with the hedonistic values of self-indulgence and personal autonomy. The growing secularization of society, especially among younger generations, has eroded the importance of religious life and diminished the influence of moral teachings from Scripture. Consequently, the idea of life having deeper meaning beyond material satisfaction has been replaced by existential emptiness in some, leading to anxiety, depression, and a lack of purpose. This godlessness is particularly noticeable in the widespread abandonment of spiritual practices and religious institutions. The West, once a stronghold of Christianity, has seen church attendance plummet. Even the belief in God has declined, with many adopting agnostic or atheist views. In this vacuum, moral relativism has emerged, further reinforcing hedonism as the guiding principle of modern life. The growth of Islam in a spiritually thirsty world. As Western societies drift toward secularism, another religious current has gained momentum globally: Islam. Contrary to the West's embrace of hedonism, the Islamic world has experienced a revival of faith, growing in numbers and influence. Islam offers a worldview grounded in moral clarity, community, and submission to a higher authority, elements that are increasingly absent in secular societies. This growth is not confined to traditionally Muslim-majority regions. Europe, once the bastion of Christian civilization, has seen a significant influx of Muslim immigrants. As these communities grow and integrate, they bring with them not only their religious traditions but also their emphasis on moral codes, family structures, and communal solidarity. This shift is challenging the secular, often hedonistic values of the West. In contrast to the individualism that defines much of Western culture, Islam emphasizes collective well-being, modesty, and the pursuit of spiritual fulfillment over material satisfaction. The appeal of Islam is further bolstered by the spiritual vacuum in many Western countries. As people become disillusioned with the shallow promises of hedonism, some turn to religious faith in search of deeper meaning. Islam's disciplined lifestyle, commitment to daily prayer, and focus on community offer a stark alternative to the self-centered ethos of modern life. In addition, The religion's strong moral framework provides answers to existential questions that secular societies increasingly fail to address. Islam's resurgence is also reflective of demographic changes. Muslim-majority countries have higher birth rates compared to Western nations, and migration patterns have introduced more Muslims into the social fabric of places like Europe and North America. As these populations grow, their religious and cultural influence expands, challenging the dominance of secular worldviews. Moreover, Islam has a missionary spirit. Its expansion is often linked to the concept of dawah, the invitation to others to embrace the faith. This active spread of Islamic teachings further contributes to its global influence. The diverging paths of the West and the Islamic world. The contrasting paths taken by the secular West and the growing Muslim world highlight a fundamental clash of worldviews. On one side is the West, where individual autonomy, self-expression, and material pleasure have become paramount. On the other is the Islamic world, where submission to a higher power, moral restraint, and community are the cornerstones of life. The effects of this divergence are profound. In secular societies, moral and ethical debates have become increasingly fragmented as people no longer share common religious or cultural values. Issues like marriage, sexuality, and life's meaning are approached from a framework of personal choice rather than collective wisdom. The resulting disunity and moral confusion have contributed to social problems like family breakdown, loneliness, and addiction. In contrast, Islamic societies, while not without their challenges, maintain a sense of coherence and shared values. This coherence offers a stability that many in the West find lacking. However, the tension between secularism and Islam is not without conflict. In many Western countries, the growing influence of Islam has sparked debates about religious freedom, integration, and multiculturalism. As Muslim populations grow, these debates are likely to intensify, especially as Islamic values continue to challenge the hedonistic and secular trends of Western society. Conclusion. The growing hedonism in the West, driven by a retreat from religious faith and moral responsibility, stands in stark contrast to the global rise of Islam, which offers a deeply spiritual and moral way of life. As these two opposing currents continue to shape the modern world, they reflect not only changing demographics, but also deeper ideological struggles over the meaning of life, the nature of morality, and the role of faith in society. In a world increasingly defined by cultural and spiritual divides, the tension between hedonism and religion will continue to play a central role in shaping our future.